Good morning. Today I'm doing the Boulder Skyline Traverse. It's 17.5 miles, I think 5,600 feet of elevation gain. It starts by going up South Boulder Peak, which is really going to be the steepest part. From there, across the saddle to Bear Peak, and then I'll go up Green Mountain, and then Flagstaff Mountain, and then it ends with Mount Sanitas. So 5 peaks on the Boulder Skyline. So pretty much I'm gonna be going up this thing. So it's 17.5 miles point to point. So to go back to my car, I'm gonna catch an Uber just because I'm not doing it the other way. That would be a long day. Got my poles just because it is a lot of vert. I'm probably gonna be out for about 6 hours today. I'm carrying a shit ton of stuff. My pack is pretty heavy. I'll share later on what all I'm carrying, what all I'm gonna be eating. I'm so glad that the trail is dry. 2 days ago it was snowing pretty heavily. All right, let's get it. So I'm already 1,000 feet up, 2.3 miles. It's flattening out, but it's about to get very, very steep. Let's do it. Update, I just hit 2,000 feet, 3.2 miles. Oh my god, it's kind of never ending, but it's also the hardest part of the traverse. So once this is done, I don't know if you feel better, but it just feels like a bit of an accomplishment. I'm an hour and 14 minutes in, so still quite a ways to go. Up, up, up. There it is, up there, South Boulder Peak. I'm now somewhat above tree line. There's a lot of dead trees here, but my assumption is there must have been a wildfire a few years back. So I've reached the saddle. On this side is South Boulder Peak, so I need to go this way for a little bit, then I'll come back down, go across the saddle, and then go up this way. I think that's the one, to Bear Peak. Then I'll come back down and go over that way. A little bit of snow, not too bad. Whoop, whoop. Ow. Here I am, South Boulder Peak. I'm trying not to eat shit. Okay, South Boulder Peak, peak number 1, stats recap, 4 miles, 2,800 feet of gain, an hour and 41. It's kind of crazy to think I started way down there and I climbed all this. and I still have 4 peaks to go. Back on the saddle, now heading to Bear Peak. Needless to say, not much running is happening at the moment. And actually the descent from this kind of sucks. It's pretty technical, so not much running is going to happen there either. I promise, eventually I will run. Here we go. We just came from this side, and that's Bear Peak. I guess I'll try and climb it. It's easy to go up, it's not so easy to go down. Whoa. You know what? We got 3 more peaks to go. I'm gonna just skip that part. Epic views. Peak number 2, done. Let's see, some stats recap. 4.7 miles, 3,100 feet over about 2 hours. So it took me like 20 minutes to come here. So this way goes back to the saddle. And this way down is where we go next. Be careful, kids. There they are, South Boulder on the right and Bear Peak on the left. C'est un petit peu boueux avec la neige qu'ils font, mais bon, pas grave, j'aurai sans doute les pieds mouillés d'ici la fin. C'est déjà en fait la 3e fois que je fais le Skyline Traverse. La première fois c'était en septembre 2024, puis je l'ai fait l'année dernière en mars 2025 quand je me préparais pour le Grand Canyon. Et là on est au mois de mai 2026. Du coup je sais un peu à quoi m'attendre. C'est pas trop stressant à ce niveau-là. Surtout que comme ça va me prendre environ 6 heures, je vais devoir remplir mon eau. Parfois c'est un peu stressant quand tu sais pas où tu vas trouver des points d'eau. Mais là en fait avant le dernier pic, je vais passer par un parc dans la ville et du coup il y a une fontaine d'eau. Chaque fois j'utilise ça parce que sinon en temps normal le sentier est assez sec, il n'y a pas vraiment de source. En fait il y en a une, mais c'est genre tout au début quoi, ça me sert un peu à rien. Sinon dans ma veste j'ai mon camelback, 1,5 litre. J'ai mes 2 flasques ici à l'avant, donc ça fait un autre litre. Donc j'ai 2,5 litres sur moi, donc ça devrait me tenir 5 heures. J'ai ma bouffe aussi, donc j'ai quoi? J'ai 2 gaufres, j'ai 2 barres granola, j'ai une purée de pommes, et puis j'ai 3 ou 4 gels. Je crois que c'est tout. Ben, on verra le dégât fin de journée. Je vais regarder tous les emballages et on fera le calcul de ce que j'ai mangé. En plus de ça, j'ai un mix d'hydratation dans mon camelback. Rien que ça, c'est déjà 400 calories. Il y a du sucre et puis électrolytes. Même s'il fait pas super chaud, bah quand même, je transpire pas mal. Du coup, et ben voilà. Vive la neige. It was bound to happen. On continue comme si de rien n'était. Qu'est-ce que je racontais? Ah oui, même s'il fait pas très chaud, ben quand même je transpire pas mal. Donc c'est important quand même de remplacer le sel et autres minéraux. Donc voilà, pour la petite histoire. Came from this side. I'm gonna double check the map, but I'm pretty sure I'm making a turn here. And I have a feeling maybe that's Green Mountain. Okay, Green Mountain on the right, where I'll go next, on the left. I can see it. Whee! Third peak, Green Mountain. I'm leaving Green Mountain. It's always a bit more crowded than the other peaks. Green Mountain is at 8,100 feet of elevation. I think the other peaks are probably similar. Oh, by the way, yay! Peak number 3! Or 3, like the Americans do it. To recap the stats, okay. It's kind of sketch. Okay, what did I do? I'm at 9 miles, 4,100 feet of vert, and 3 hours and 18 minutes. So I've done 3 peaks out of 5. I thought it would take me 6 hours, but I feel like I'm making good progress. So maybe it won't take me as long. Though I will say, going up Mount Sanitas, that last one, it really sucks. So I might be very slow going. So yeah, we'll see. Well, this is gonna be fun. Je peux confirmer. Mes pieds sont mouillés. Ma future maison. Ou pas. C'est une petite aire de pique-nique. Le 4e pic, c'est pas vraiment un pic pour être honnête, c'est la montagne Flagstaff. Et en gros, j'y suis, je crois. Chaque fois que je suis passée par ici, la carte me montrait que ça y était. Donc, to Flagstaff, Summit West. Ok, bon, peut-être pas encore. Je vais vérifier la carte, ce qu'il me met. So, according to my map, I can't really see, but that dot, that's Flagstaff Mountain. So, here I am, I guess. Summit number 4. Okay, stats. Let's see. 11.2 miles, 4,300 feet of vert, almost 4 hours. this the way? No, definitely not. I need to go up here. So now, if I remember correctly, I'm essentially going all the way down to Boulder in town. I'm fine. To the park where I'm going to refill my water, and then from there I'll be heading up Mount Sanitas, the last peak, which is pretty legit. Alors le sentier où je suis pour l'instant, vu qu'il faut que je redescende vers la ville, en fait chaque fois je vais devoir traverser la route, parce que la route elle fait des zigzags, le sentier il descend direct. Okay, so down there, over here, I think it's like, well, there's a house, but behind that there's the park with the parking lot. And then I'm gonna be going this way on the trail, then cross over. And I think over here is Mount Sanitas, which is the 5th and final peak of the Skyline Traverse. I think... Hello. Let me see. I'm not trying to eat shit over here. But if there is one complaint with the Skyline Traverse, is the fact that Mount Sanitas is included. Just because this stretch, you know, ends in town, ends at a park, it's like, why not just end it there? Why go all the way back up freaking Mount Sanitas just to tag another peak, you know? But it is what it is. I do have to go to Mount Sanitas. Alors, on est au parc. Je vais aller à la toilette et remplir mon eau à l'évier.
The water is hot, like very warm. It's fucking hot in here, and this water's fucking hot.
Heading up Mount Sanitas. It's gonna be a bitch. We saw this rock formation earlier when I was explaining the trail. Mount Sanitas. Y'all, that water is so hot. Like the one I used to refill. What the fuck? Why do I need boiling water? I'm hot. I was at 14 miles at the bottom of this. So technically 3.5 miles left up and down the mountain, which seems a bit crazy. I'm about 4,500 feet over on my watch, so that means another 1,200 feet. It's gonna be steep. It's gonna suck. Update. Actually, this is not where I'm going, so that's not Mount Sanitas. Mount Sanitas is like, I don't know, this one up there, I think. Problem is that my trail is closed. Hello. I'm gonna take the detour. Pray for me that it doesn't add too much mileage. What's another mile? What's another 2 miles at this point? Yay! Mount Sanitas Trail. I know where I'm going. Was not a big detour at all. Look at this tree. Making progress. Getting close. That's the summit. I forgot that Mount Sanitas has a full summit. That's fucked up, y'all. Ça y est. On y est. Oui. Oh. Ok, je redescends. Bye bye, mountain. So, stats for 5th peak. Also, yay, 5! Oh my god. Okay, 16 miles, which, I don't know, I guess we'll see what the total mileage ends up being. And then it shows 5,900 feet of elevation gain, so that's more than I anticipated. Might be off a bit. And then timing 5 hours and 28 minutes, so I have 30 minutes to get back down if I want to finish in 6 hours. So we'll see. It might take me longer, to be honest. I thought I was gonna go faster based on how things were going early on, but you cannot underestimate Mount Sanitas for sure. Whoop. It's fine. Nice boulder. So last year on this trail, there was a guy that was making ice cream. Well, more like slushies. And he was wearing this t-shirt that said, "Light trumps darkness." And that was the coolest thing ever. I miss him. Oui, je vois la route. On y est presque. Bien sûr, ça finit avec une montée. Oi, oi, oi. Salut, bé. Oui. Well, I'm waiting for my ride. Took a while. No one wanted to pick me up. It's fine. Final stats, 17.3 miles, 5 hours and 53 minutes, and 5,948 feet of elevation gain. Now we wait. I'm kind of shocked that it took me less than 20 minutes to come down from Mount Sanitas. That was pretty quick.